is the start of the Lands End Road in Grand Mesa National Forest. It's 12 miles to the Lands End Observatory, and we're gonna see what we find along the way. It looks like there's plenty of spots along the way. Also, we noticed the signpost said that there was a 14-day camping limit, so there is dispersed camping also most likely along this road. So our understanding is this road is, as far as at least to the Lands End Observatory, is passable for any type of vehicle. It's a dirt road. It's got some ruts in it, but so far, not so bad. This is a little side road off of the Lands End Road, going to Carson Lake.
It is full of popple or birch.
I think these are popple trees.
Both sides, line driveway.
Really pretty.
I see there's a bench there, so I wonder if that's a campsite.
I think that was a campsite right there, yeah. There's a few campsites here and there.
I think what we're gonna do is stop by the lake, and currently our tires are inflated to about 38 psi, and I'm gonna lower it down to 32 or less even. There's some sharp rocks and stuff here and there, so why take a chance?
So Carson Lake actually looks like a dam, and I saw a sign that it said it was the city water supply for Grand Junction. We just decided to take a little walk on top of the dam here. It was open to pedestrians. sky here is so blue. The higher altitude definitely makes a difference. So Grand Mesa is the largest flat top mountain in the world, and it covers about 500 square miles.
500 square
Yeah,
miles.
500 square miles.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and it's really been really pretty up here thus far.
We're hoping to catch a glimpse of a moose, maybe, or an elk.
Moose or elk, yes.
And we know there are bear here, so
We saw that firsthand. There's a gorgeous view from up here. You can see for miles.
there's a cabin coming up of some sort.
Oh yeah. From what we can see, there are two cabins that have been restored. The little sign back there said it was a historic site. It said Cow Camp.
Well, there's plenty of grass here.
Yep. There's a lot of really pretty wildflowers all over the place, and lots of areas with lakes and meadows, and of course gorgeous pine trees. We have a cattle grade coming up, and then it looks like the road is paved at least partially for the next section. So while this section is paved, there are some pretty big potholes.
Yeah, you can't be looking away from the road.
Not sure if the camera is picking it up, but there are an incredible amount of large potholes.
Yeah, they can swallow your house.
They're huge. Some pretty puffy clouds off in the distance. Looks like maybe a little bit of rain. I understand now why this road is called Lands End, because you're on the edge of the mesa and then there's just a big drop off going down several thousand feet.
It's 69 degrees here now. I think by the time we get down to the bottom, it's going to be 100. At least that was the forecasted temperature for today.
Yep, or close to 100. I believe this was called the Lands End Observatory. It was used by the National Forest Service for several years. The Lands End Observatory was built in 1936 to 1937 by the U.S. Forest Service and Works Progress Administration. The observatory served as the first visitor center in Grand Mesa National Forest. Look at all these amazing wildflowers and plants right along the side of this little sidewalk. Perched on the edge of the mesa at 10,500 feet, visitors have beautiful views of the Gunnison and Grand River valleys, the Uncompahgre Plateau, the San Juan Mountains, and the La Salle Mountains in Utah. In 1997, the observatory was listed in the National Register of Historic Places. The access road to the observatory was built primarily by World War I veterans between 1933 to 1934. Once called Veterans Road, it's a harrowing 6,000-foot descent down the mesa to the valley below. So we're starting to head down the switchbacks. We've visited the Lands End Observatory, the cabin on the top of the mesa. Now we're going to start heading down the switchbacks, and I believe it's dirt road for the next 12 miles. Looks like some of these switchbacks are a bit on the steep side, but we'll give it a go. Here's the view right outside of my window. I guess we have to be careful for falling rocks here also.
Yes.
While there are no guardrails on this road does seem pretty well maintained.
Yeah, the switchbacks are pretty narrow, so if you're coming up this road in rear-wheel drive, you might spin a tire or two here and there, but going downhill, it's a little probably easier from that perspective, that you don't spin your tires too much.
What do you think of the drive so far?
Oh, it's lovely drive. Beautiful. It's but it does demand your attention. You can't just start looking away. Because there are parts of it that are, especially the switchbacks, you gotta pay attention. If somebody came out at you, quick, you want to be, careful there, I guess.
You want to take your time going around a lot of these corners and switchbacks because there's a lot of blind corners where you can't see if somebody's coming up the other direction on the road.
And the road is narrow, so I think we said this in one of our previous videos too, but the folks that are coming up the hill, you want to stop for them if you're going down the hill, because it takes a little more effort on their part to come up the hill, right? So you want to make it easy for them.
Is a pretty drive, a really nice dirt road that I think just about pretty much any car could drive.
Yep. Yeah, you don't even need special tires or anything. You just take it easy and no problem, hopefully.
So that's the top of the mesa that we've been working our way down. I think we're getting somewhat close to the bottom. Getting warmer the further down the mountain we go.
Yeah, it's 83 degrees.
Well, we are partway down the mesa. We've acquired a lot of dirt on our truck. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
It's really pretty here. We've got this gorgeous view of the valley down below. It is a really pretty drive. So many beautiful wildflowers that we've seen along the way. A lot of these gorgeous juniper pines, pine trees, really beautiful.
The switchbacks at the start of the trail were, or the road I should say, were narrower. As we go down farther, they're much wider.
I think we're nearing the end of the National Forest Service portion of the Lands End Road.
It's 12 miles long, and we did not see one single vehicle coming up the road. We saw one going down, but that was it.
We really enjoyed our afternoon exploring Lands End Road and Grand Mesa National Forest. The road wasn't too difficult, and just about any vehicle could travel on it. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out our others as well.